All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and well, this week my co-host Avira is missing in action, and I wish him well and his quick recovery. In his stead, we'll be taken over by the bluer and better Avira Styfior.
That is true indeed. And as I kept saying, one day I will take Avera's place. Well, it's happened. The zombie is the better Halloween icon. Deal with it.
And maybe sometimes we might need some blue candy instead of orange candy
That
corn.
just sounds gay as fuck, Joe.
Well, as a oh my god, what
Dang.
the fuck,
Bad impersonation.
fuck. Okay,
Oh,
That
God.
could have not have
jeez.
come out any fucking day.
every single time this is what happens when I try to become so spontaneous
hell.
with my limited, social vocabulary.
We're live, Joel. We're live. The blue candy will come later.
Okay, then moving
no.
on. Because I fudged it so hard, we are going to reduce the rest of the team. Next up, we have Noble.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow. Now go back into your shoebox hole and basically sulk because of the way shit's going.
Fuck, I might just do that now. I don't know. I need a bigger box than a shoebox.
I've got
Now-
a big grave.
Stifio,
Wasn't me.
you could almost draw a straight line between the color orange and the color blue on the color wheel.
And I have drawn that straight line. That's why I'm here and Avira's not.
Yay.
Color theory dictates that it's complementary opposite colors, so they work well.
Well, they kind of do, but you don't often see much blue and orange things. I think it's because it's that wide of a contrast rather than.
There are some,
Yeah.
that car from Tokyo Drift, that the blue and orange Sylvia.
Mm.
That's one example. It's like that.
It's not a common mix.
Would you say you're more blue violet or blue green?
What?
Stupid fashion course. Who's next?
Ali is the next person who's going to be joining us on the panel.
Hey, y'all. I'm glad to be back on the show again. By the way, I just also want to say happy April Fool's Day as well. Surprisingly, I haven't gotten pranked yet.
Whew. It is that time of the year, isn't it? Well, it is over for us down here in this part of the world.
Yeah, ended 4 minutes ago for me.
Although, I did get to witness the classic school playground thing, but punch for the first day of the month.
Oh, boy,
see,
that one.
yeah, usually it gets to about the first pinch, and then I do the punch. Because
Punch for the first day of the month.
don't touch me.
God, I feel like I'm winding back the clock again.
Yeah, just a bit. I've not heard that one in a while. I've not seen that one happen in a fucking while.
I know. Well, it was the people at work's idea.
No, right.
Next, on joining us for the first time ever, we have H.
Oh, what's up, guys? Thank you for bringing me on today.
No worries, mate. Since it's your first time, kind of introduce yourself to us, though. What you hear and what's your persona, stuff like that. Just do tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been knowing furries for quite a while, probably back in 2014. Like I had discovered the furry fandom, but I never wanted to join it until probably beginning of the new year, 2022. I had gone to like fur meets and had gone to conventions, and I decided to become, I guess, like a full-time furry, you could say, at that point. And it's been interesting, honestly. It's been a wild ride, but I'm still learning. I still got a little long way to go, but I enjoy it for now. It's actually not really too bad. And my persona is I've been having it quite a while. It's actually a blue fox, blue, black, and red. And yeah, he's stuck with me for quite a while. Its name is Rose, by the way. But yeah, it's been very interesting. And then also too, hopefully by then I would have my partial soon. So hopefully I get to show it off and let everybody see it one day.
Oh,
Well,
dude.
as long as you don't show it off with bells.
Oh no, screw that.
Oh God, not
Don't
the
even remind
veils.
me of him.
This is indeed the No Bells Bitch season of the podcast, brought to you by Joel.
Indeed. And what better way to call this? I did basically get this bell thing irritated by owning up to the fact that I said this person was a bell end, and I got called uncool as a result. So a few attachment issues may be at hand, but
Oh well,
alas,
what a
I am
shame.
alas, we have moved on, and that chapter is nothing but a speck of history.
Exactly. Something for us just to poke fun at because it's fucking hilarious.
hmm Well, the only bells I would be okay with are the ones that go onto like those little kitty collars, like those. But that's at least that's innocuous enough. Cowbells, you know, okay. Everything else,
Joel's letting out some kinks today. He wants blue candy and collars. All right then.
Oh jeez.
Actually, I wear the collar. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I'm big and blue candy, mate. Oh, fuck
well, this
every
is
time I
a
come-
this is an honestly rated show, so we
Well,
are
it kind of has to be when I'm around.
for all intents and purposes we are rated fairly and honestly, and
Yeah. If fairies are evil monsters. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I believe that. I really do. Anyway, so we'll just start with a few things here and there. First off, I want to drum up something that that I've got in the cards to see. Who is excited to watch the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 the movie?
I'm a bit of both because I grew up on Sonic. I've always loved Sonic. It's one of the things that I practiced drawing with when I was a kid. I always drew it. But as far as the live action movies, it's the same with the first one. I'm more or less waiting for it to come out for DVD or something rather than going to see it in the cinema. Just because it's game adaptation movies are always like one or the other. They're either really good or really bad, and most of the time it's not worth the risk.
I mean, first Sonic, well, we know how that turned out. It turned out really well after all the creative decisions were done. But now they're hyping it big time. And now it's even more because they've gone all out with all this promotional materials and merchandise, as you'll see here. Now they're having a Sonic the Hedgehog cereal.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch the movie at the cinema, but I'm not buying the cereal because I'm pretty sure that sugar is going to make me start bouncing off the walls.
Well, it is a good way to get yourself like into a speedster. But I mean,
There's a dirty joke in there somewhere. But oh god, what is it with you fucking people putting marshmallows in cereal?
Hey, I'm an American.
Stop it!
This is like another Lucky Charm type of cereal, but
Exactly. This is
it
just
literally just it's just it's just
pretty much
redesigned.
all it
That's
is.
just it. Yeah.
it's just Lucky Charms, in that
it's
theme.
stars, emeralds, and the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Sonic symbols in one. Now it's just your turn to eat them. And you know what though? But the Sonic merchandise has just gone, like we said, all out. Because last time we covered through like these fuzzed up Xbox controllers with synthetic fur on the grips. Not
That was
Sonic and Knuckles
ridiculous.
themed ones.
That was pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even watch the movie because it's because I never grew up playing Sonic. Like I remember the anime. I mean, I remember the show. I think it was Sonic X that would like air on
Oh,
the the
Mm.
Oh yeah, it's a
CW33. But
cartoon.
yeah, I remember that. But
Oh,
I was
yeah.
never into Sonic like that. It's
I
never been
loved
my thing.
that. I was
Yeah.
obsessed with watching that because I was obsessed with Sonic.
So, what other crazy things have they decided to use as marketing tools for the second movie that was
A Super
supposedly
Bowl
going to get
commercial.
cancelled?
Well,
Oh,
they did have a segment on the Super Bowl.
Oh, wait.
saw that.
Well, of course, there's always a lot of things, but my goodness, it's like this thing is going to be the biggest cash, money maker for Paramount. Especially now when you consider that Thingo's failed, Halo has failed.
Oh, Halo, yeah. I've still not watched that myself, but I have heard it was awful.
I'm thinking watching Halo once the first series is done may be a better idea to just binge it than watching it individually.
Probably. Same with Moon Knight's just begun as well.
Hey, that's a ripoff of Tuxedo Mask.
I liked the first episode of Moon Knight. Pretty decent.
I still have to watch it.
But like, yeah, I'm with H on that one. Like, whenever I was younger, I did watch that Sonic TV series for a bit on that channel. I also, whenever I was younger, I also saw like Sonic DeviantArt, like artwork on DeviantArt and everything, but that was pretty much it. Like,
Yeah, you might have come across a bunch of mine because I was that obsessed. I just spammed tons of fucking Sonic artwork on there.
I
Oh
wasn't
jeez.
I wasn't obsessed with it. It's just it used to come across on my DeviantArt. Like whenever I used to like this was back whenever I used to be a My Little Pony fan. Like
Oh
yeah,
God!
yeah,
Ali, did
yes.
you ever see the Sonic Christian art?
I don't want to.
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say?
It's something that should just be for into the dumpster fire of the internet.
Yeah, Just-
Yay!
just fuck off. That's as simple as I can say. If I end up getting a fucking DM from Noble with Sonic Christian art,
Noble,
he
if
may
you send
never
that,
be seen again.
if you send that shit to me in DMs as well, I'm gonna block you. I swear.
I'll just send you a video of some guy talking about it.
I'll fly down there and I'll fucking kill you.
I
Hey,
would just
I enjoy
leave.
Big
I don't
Flanagan's
even-
Incorporated. So should you.
Oh jeez.
Fucking hell. Honestly, what the actual fuck?
Hmm. Well, now
I don't even know it was a
Let's move.
thing.
It doesn't want to
it
be.
is a thing. Probably a thing that should best left be forgotten.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
forget
So-
about it.
Now we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna see what's first on the lineup of things we've got this week. First up, PlayStation Plus Extra versus PlayStation Plus Premium. Which is best for you? Wow. If you
what's
want more
best
from
for
your
you?
pluses, you put extra words like extra and premium on top of plus. Instead of like
Wait.
plus.
Yeah, which
So,
is best for you? Change to Xbox because at least they've just got live.
I seriously have to wonder if someone from Japan with poor English skills actually worked on this.
Well,
I'm
they might have a bit of knowledge with English because at least it's not PlayStation Plus Plus and PlayStation Plus Plus Plus.
I mean, you do have to consider that, yes, it might be something that Japan could come up with, but
Most
as
likely.
of now, it's not really the case because, remember, Sony moved their head office to California, and basically things have never been the same since. So,
Could they be going down the rate of the C language?
I'll
Yeah,
shout it.
but as you were kind of right, it's like your at least Xbox is consistent. Like they just have Xbox Live,
Well, exactly, yeah,
Gold,
it's
Game
just
Pass.
the Game Pass is an addition, and then like the Live Gold thing, that's just there. That is the main thing.
Yeah,
The only
and
thing I'm thinking
now
is with Sony doing this. It
yeah,
probably is
they
only a matter of time till Xbox try and copy them, thinking this is what people want.
nah, it's like I mean I think now Sony's just trying to adapt to Xbox Game Pass. Like they didn't
Mm,
they pioneered it with the PlayStation Plus thing, but now Xbox kind of clawed their way back up,
yeah,
and now we're basically getting a revamped subscription service for this sort of stuff. I swear, I think subscription as a business model has gone too far in this day and age.
yeah, they do. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love some subscription services because it's just pay per month, pay per year, whatever. It's nice to have, and at least you've got it there. Going this far is just ridiculous. It's basically just adding a subscription service to your subscription service to your other subscription service. Just take a chill pill, have one service, and fuck off.
I mean, now we have all the pluses we ever need, and it's just friggin'
So, what exactly is the difference? And besides, music went to streaming, and look how successful that's gone.
Mm.
It's been a negative impact on artists, to be honest.
right.
So, I'm curious, what's the difference between both the pluses?
On the main plus, the plus essential, you get the extra and the premium are just extra layers on top. So the plus essential, 2 free downloadable games a month, online multiplayer, discounts, cloud storage for safe games. That's what you get from if you subscribe to just PlayStation Plus. You go beyond that, you go extra. PS Plus extra subscribers get a library of 400 PS4 and PS5 games and more, and these will be downloadable. PlayStation Plus Premium get further than what extra, and they get to access the PlayStation archives from PS3 via cloud streaming, PS1 and PS2 and PSP. So it's basically access to reverse compatibility by way of streaming and download.
Mm.
Cloud streaming isn't that cloud streaming is just like you could play the game, but it's like almost at a virtual system at that point. Cause yeah, on my PS4, I'm gonna be honest, I do play some of that, and if you don't have a good connection, it does tend to lag a little bit. So if you're really just trying to download it just by itself, it's not gonna do that's great. Um, because some of the games I try to play with the well, like how you said, a cloud stream, it's not perfect if you don't have good internet or anything like
Right.
that.
Okay,
Now,
I'm going to have to say this regarding the names. Whoever came up with these really was stupid. It sounds like you're trying to sell something huge when you're actually not.
Yeah, just
For instance, calling PlayStation Basic and then PlayStation. Well, for instance, you could go with Extreme, giving access to like a shit ton of libraries. When you go Plus, Premium, there's terms used in such a common way that you only make yourselves look like an idiot when you call it Plus and Plus Premium. It just,
yeah.
rock it up a little bit.
right, like
Yeah.
you should have at least said like PlayStation Gold, PlayStation Platinum, even would have sounded better.
Yes.
Link it into something
Mhm.
that's already there with Sony. The trophies, the highest one, platinum.
Yes,
There, sorted.
sorted, easy, right?
There's got
But
more fucking pluses than symbols on the end of the fucking offended alphabet.
yeah, and now everybody's trending into the pluses too. Disney and Paramount. But
Yeah.
I think if you do want reverse compatibility that badly, you can either get PlayStation Plus Premium or do what the savvy people do instead. get
Yeah,
emulators.
emulators.
Yeah, this is what I'm using for right now. It's just I'm
We are
using
not condoning
emulators.
emulators.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I think I've heard most emulators for titles like that are shit.
Yeah, and then even that, so like you're getting, PS1 to the portables, and which have been neglected by Sony. And yeah,
Yeah.
so but emulation has indeed come a long way. So probably a better solution. But there is another plus that you guys need to check out, and that's also kind of connected with PlayStation.
Coronavirus Plus.
Grand Theft Auto Plus.
Uh,
Oh, serious. They need to
Oh.
fuck off with GTA, honestly. It's been so long. Just move on, please.
It's because it's just that it's because what they're trying to do is that they're just trying to get people to pay. The shot cards. They were just trying to get people to pay for it. But now with this
Right.
thing that they're trying to do now is just they're trying to have people pay. What is it, like $5 a month? And then it's almost like they're targeting people who are trying to like start the game. If I'm correct, it
You're
seems
pretty
like they're
looking at
just trying
that.
to do it for new people. But the thing
Right.
is that if you ever play the game and if you ever actually tried, there are so many different ways to actually end the game, actually progress, than use that, I guess, like the subscription. But this is just a cheap way to get more money, like how you said it, just milk more money from GTA, which is just not like, let this game die already at this
Mhm.
point.
They've
I
milked
want
Grand
GTA
Theft Auto
6.
Online for what? This is their 9th year of doing such a thing.
Yeah.
This is basically their way to avoid having to make an entirely new game. Oh, let's just keep pumping into GTA 5. People will love it. They'll pay for it. Well, it's like
Yeah.
people who love GTA are going to pay for it, yeah, because you're not giving them any choice. You're just avoiding the situation of the game's run its fucking course a long time ago. Move on.
the problem is that game companies have gotten to the point where the cost of increasing, gathering up enough money to be able to produce a new game that people are going to like is getting more expensive. Investing in that is proving to be a problem since people don't want to do that. So instead, we just get this literal, basically, turds floating down the river. So if you do want to play good games, you're really going to have to go back to the older ones. So at some point, we're going to see general people going out and owning, more vintage computers, as you call them, just so they can play good games. I mean, it's
Even
getting
like
to the point where Windows
not
11
even that. Retro consoles. Nintendo 64s, PlayStation 1s, Sega Dreamcasts. Heck, even the Super Nintendo and all those portables. Was
Oh,
based
yeah.
on some of the greatest games ever made. Came from, those retro consoles.
I've got a box of Wii consoles here, just sort of sitting on.
Mm.
And so, but you're right, creative bankruptcy is striking the game industry big time as a whole, and a whole lot of other industries too. But that's not the crux of this whole thing. Why did GTA go and get a plus? Is of course you're right, H. You get all these in-game benefits,
Ooh, that's quite a lot.
free money, good bit of vehicles and so forth.
Triple
so on.
cash on races. Okay, that
Right.
it just
Yeah, so a lot of in-game benefits.
none of that really looks even fucking worth it.
And GTA Plus members can also take advantage of special GTA Plus shark cards. Yeah, it is quite.
But that's basically just going to be like, oh, because you've got Plus, you can get the shark cards for cheaper. Not you're going to get a shark card given to you for free.
Yeah, $5 for the small source price of $5.99 a month.
Oh, fuck off. That's ridiculous. Especially, like, I'm pretty sure they've already announced GTA 6. So starting this now for GTA 5 is fucking ridiculous. Because you're basically saying, oh, come and spend your money per month on this game while we work on GTA 6. And now that you've spent all that money on us, well, here's a brand new game for you to spend even more fucking money. And you just know everyone's gonna buy it still. They're still going to sign up for GTA Plus. And then they're all gonna complain about it.
That's the thing. You got people with disposable incomes.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at this thinking, right, but what does this actually do for people who play the game?
It's because like I think it said that like I guess they get exclusive game like I think like accessories in the game like apparently they were talking about a new car they can unlock, and some of the things you can buy in the game are like discounted at this point. And then for the shot cards, they said that it had where you can so the shot cards they actually come with extra money in it, but it's just mostly I think it was like 15% more of the money inside of it. So like let's say for example it was like 100,000 you pay for, you get just only like 15,000 somewhere around there. It's just a way to like how you said it. It's just a way to milk this money. Like I mean milk this game to death, and it's just to get people to buy more of that shot card. It's just like that's all they're just trying to do. I mean, GTA 6 is they said that they're going to be working on it, but I mean, not until like 2025. Like they're just trying to ride GTA 5 at this point to death, and it's just that's just pretty much what they're trying to do at this point.
They're doing it far too much.
Yeah, just let this game die already. Just let it go.
Yeah.
And that's not even us starting on the whole PS5 and Xbox Series X upgrade.
Another upgrade? Oh, but you mean moving on to the yeah, I can't speak on that. Because when they first came out, nah, I'm not going to bother. Because all the games I want to play, I already play. What have I gone and done? Gone and fucking bought one, just in time for Elden Ring getting released a bit ago.
At least Elden Ring is something good.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Like, yeah, and I think people melted down over it too, which is a double win in my books. But we are going to move on, but we are going to put through another game that has caused a bit of a weird meltdown.
Ooh, I love meltdowns. It's fun to watch. What we got?
Alrighto, here's what we've got. Oh, you will love this headline. It's so friggin' obnoxiously weird. How Ratchet and Clank's Rivet was saved from being over-sexualized.
Yeah, the keyword there, saved. Yeah, you realise that's just not gonna happen. It's like, no matter what you fucking do to any character, it will still be sexualized. Have you not seen furries?
It only took them less than a day to get their hands on Rivet.
Well, exactly, yeah. As soon as you show a fucking trailer once, within an hour, you can guarantee someone's already fucking drawn it.
Yeah, so just a bit of history. Like the game files actually indicate that Rivet was codenamed Ratchet.
Okay.
And that's kind of okay. Look, that kind of works. It's just a code name, like Ratchet, not like a deliberate, gender swap. But again, why this? And there's a bit of story too. Like they had to come up with another name, another I guess like similar-ish name, like Gadget.
Developers are a really odd bunch of lunatics, to be honest. Some of the back-end things I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if some developer one night just sat there while they were working on it, just had like the characters all nude, running around.
Oh god.
Yeah.
This is why furries shouldn't get into game development.
So many possibilities that furries can do with it as well. That's what scares me.
Not so many. There's too fucking many.
Yeah.
But
which
the
is
problem at
scary.
the moment is it's not the issue here is not about Furries getting
Well,
into
yeah.
development. It's this person in question is is a fucking activist. There's
Oh,
no other way to put it.
lovely.
Yeah,
So,
and basically, you know, Mags, the activist, was basically having a meltdown over how she wasn't getting, credited over or acknowledged over the development of Rivet,
oh, look
and
at
like
this.
spending over a year and a half of her life to do this sort of work.
It took you a year and a half to change colours on Ratchet and make him female. Oh, what a fucking waste, honestly. Someone, I guess I just don't even deserve a name or the memory of having been part. I'm like, why? Just. You
Like,
fucking
look
kidding
at this,
me?
sorry to choose violence today, but I'm not about to let a man erase and take credit for my own work.
Oh, wow.
Pretty
Cry me a
good.
river. Fucking Rivet needed to be pure cake like Ratchet. What?
Cake's pure.
Cake is pure.
I'm sorry, what? Rivet needed to
I've
be
been lied
pure cake.
Ratchet
What
a
the
cake
fuck?
all this time, and I haven't known about this. What the
Mm.
heck?
All right, Ratchet, looking pure cake there, mate.
What the fuck?
I mean, let's wind back 20 years of Ratchet and Clank being in existence, and not once did I learn he's now a cake.
Mm.
Okay, then.
It's funny just the amount of how people can feel when they really pour their heart and soul into something.
Mhm.
I mean, personally, every time I'm at work, and it doesn't matter how mundane the task is, I'm always sitting there thinking, oh shit, did I bugger this up? Oh shit, did I screw this up? Oh shit, is this going to fall apart? And you can see a lot of that sort of stuff, especially in those sort of tweets where it's,
Mm.
oh, this game is purity at its most. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking game. Calm down.
Look, personally, I would prefer not to have like screen tearing or random glitches than trying to sing it like high praise and put it on some sort of pedestal. We don't need a church for this sort of shit.
Well, exactly. I don't give a shit if you spent a year and a half on a character. Just make the game work and make it good.
Like, its character's got to symbolize something too. Like, apparently it was said that Rivet was meant to be like I guess like an opposite juxtapose of Ratchet. From high tech gadgets to
He was meant to be a
to
muffin to his
nature
cake.
woman. Precisely. Well, basically a vanilla cake, I should
Mm.
say, rather than
I'm sorry, but
Ratchet
why
being
does
a
that just
cheesecake.
sound like such a bad pickup line? Like, just walking up to someone in a bar drinking out, hey, you looking pure cake. You
No.
look pure cake today.
If someone used that pickup line on me, I would have slapped him across the face.
Hey, baby, you were looking pure cake today.
Oh god.
I would have died. I'd rather die than
It's
hear
like
that.
I would just like
I'd be
okay.
scared shitless.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's some eye raising thing. Anyway, here's something a bit odd too. The writer also basically goes into a bit of detail that she had to fight for the developers to take the boobs and makeup off Rivet.
Oh, God. Take
This
the
was
tits
some
out!
opposition that kept Rivet from being detected as too sexual.
So just hang on a sec.
Oh, God.
The game developers, or at least people responsible for the characters, decided to take away things that lesbians, bisexuals, and straight men would find distracting in a
Mm.
game. That
Yeah.
could be a selling point. I'm sorry, what?
Right, and then this is basically Little Creed, something empowerment for women and girls to be presented as real, complicated, and memorable. It's important for those involved in media to speak against objectification. Bruh,
For girls to be
Use
presented as
real-
real. Hear that, ladies? If you've got tits, you ain't real.
use realistic body shapes and not bloody furry Barbie, for crying out loud.
Exactly. Like
I
people
can't
aren't
believe
looking.
that's a proper term.
Well,
Furry
yeah,
Barbie.
But people aren't looking at a fucking game character with tits thinking, yeah, that's what I should look like. No, it's a game. People aren't expecting to look like that. Like, oh my god.
I seriously can't believe I sat and watched a YouTube video for about 30 minutes of some chick explaining boob armor.
Yeah.
Informative, yes, but it shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, like, if your armor covers you, then it's working. You don't need it to mold around your tits.
No,
Okay.
if it's supportive, great, but it's this unrealistic approach that with anything that takes. I mean,
Yeah.
this is why Suicide confused me as a kid. I'm sitting there
Oh,
watching.
guys. Okay.
Why is this like person flat chested and? Ugh.
All right.
Sailor
Ali, you were
Moon.
going to say something?
I was okay, I'm sorry. I was fixing to make a jokes like Stife here. Did you say that like what did you say about tits? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, because it said on the page there, it wants a representation of for being real. So, ladies, if you've got tits, you ain't real.
My tits are real, thank you very much. They're
Nah,
very
nah,
real.
you've heard it here from the game devs. If you've got tits, you're not real enough. All females have got to cut the tits off, and then you can be real.
It's like lonely
Bruh.
talk at that point.
Well, we're not going to make the rules. The developers are. Insomniac, on the other hand, oh, this is it though. Here's another question. You're gonna love this.
Ooh,
Why
getting
would
into all
an
the
alien mouse dog have human female secondary sex characteristics? Are Lombax mammals? Do they breastfeed their young? If we don't answer these questions, the internet sure will. This is a real thing. I had to email at my real job.
Well, no, it's not. It's a real thing that you did email, but you didn't have to. You didn't have to bring this up to a fucking work email. You really did not need to go to work and say, do Lombax suck on tits or not?
Do not let this thing happen to Rivet. They transformed Sheila from this into this.
Oh wow,
in the
they
new Spyro
remodeled it.
remake.
I literally included this tweet in my email to be like, do not let this happen to Rivet. Ooh. Oh, fuck off. It's a fucking remodel. Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it.
That's
People
just
are
sad the
gonna
way
under-
we live in now, bro. This is too
Look,
much.
I think this
This is
person
so
forgets
stupid.
that people are going to be more confused.
Sorry, I've just read that one that's on the screen now.
Actually, no. This activist, you know what? She said to make her uncomfortable.
Yeah,
The
at one
Lombax
point.
titties.
Yeah, there, the one that's right in the middle. At one point, my CD yelled at me in front of the whole office because I kept saying Lombax titties very loudly in the office whenever anyone would bring up Rivet's design. And it made people uncomfortable.
Jeez,
Right, so how are we going to design this? Titties! No, we're designing a character. Lombax titties! How are we going to redesign Ratchet? Cake.
oh my god.
Oh, good lord. Fucking hell.
God.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
why? It's crazy because it's just like, why does this need to be discussed in video games about gender at this point? Wasn't video
Yeah.
games to just be a way to escape reality? Honestly,
I mean,
it was just a
Exactly.
way to like
besides the point,
spin.
but I think the issue at hand is like character design. Yeah, again, escapism reality is one thing. Character design is another.
Character
Just out of-
design? You mean Lombax titties?
Just
It's
out of
just-
curiosity, wasn't it Disney itself that decided to cement what well, let's just say furry female character is supposed to look like in media? Yes or no?
Probably.
I mean, probably what was the first anthro character we ever saw from Disney? What, Robin Hood, if I'm correct?
Pretty sure it was the Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mickey Mouse. Oh shit. But
And then yeah. Now, and then amidst of all this, though, the designer, actually went on to say in this closing line, also Rivet is canonically a lesbian.
oh
Gonna
my god.
piss myself when the game comes out and she ends up dating that cake. So she's saying, "Right, Rivet's a lesbian. Deal with it, bitch." And then the fucking game devs turn around. Well, she's now married to Ratchet. And then, yeah, that went well for you, didn't it? You fucking tirade all over Twitter. That went well.
Why the fuck do they want to call character? Why the fuck does the media want to call characters like gay, lesbian, or some like any character in
'Cause they
general? Like,
just-
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't build up anything to do with the game or the story.
it doesn't even just build the character. It's just like I said, like if you like whatever gender it is, it shouldn't be. We shouldn't really care about it. I just want to know if this character is funny. Is he strong? Is he weak? Is he weak-minded? Or is just like that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I want
like
characters.
how does
like,
this character like fit into the greater scope of the story?
Yes,
And
like
so-
that's all I care about. But
Right.
why is it that every time I just hear it, it's just like, oh yeah, this character's gay. And it's like, why
Okay.
the fuck do I care about
Let's
it?
have a
It's
look
just-
at some of the concept art that came along with the Rivet design.
Where damn Lombax titties.
Like you can see, like some suggestion of breasts were present. First two pictures here.
Oh wow, so offensive. So offensive. Female with tits.
They're not overly pronounced, but they're very much present.
Exactly, yeah. If it was overdone, then yeah, I see an issue. But it's hardly there. I mean, come on, how is that a fucking issue
Yeah,
with anyone?
present, but not overly pronounced. You know, not the main striking point of a character.
So hang on, the character we're referring to, is it the white one? Or the
No,
green
this
one?
is the
Rivet,
concept
the
design.
female
It's
one,
the
the white
same
one. And this one here is just the concept, like the prototype designs when they were
the
Yeah,
beta
drawing
version
board.
of her design and everything before it became finalized. This is what they're just rough drafting
Yeah.
how she would look before the game.
I mean, lots of stuff. Again, no semblance of cake, but
Mm.
you know what?
I
should
don't
say?
understand what's wrong with the character's design in that.
No,
Well,
neither.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, have you not heard? There's something wrong with that. Lombax titties.
So you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
And now, you know, and if everything else fails, just pull the lesbian card.
Well, yeah, as we've learned here today. I just want to know how the fuck she was allowed to stay in the room after any time they mentioned Rivet design, she fucking yelled Lombax titties. I'm sorry, but
And
how
then-
is
and
that
then-
in any way to be fucking professional? Imagine if a guy turned around and fucking yelled out Lombax titties, he'd probably be kicked straight out.
They'd be like, you know, but this is a thing or workplace corporate. But you're
Mm.
right. Like maybe workplace will respond differently. The
Yeah.
design team, I'm sure they'll come up with something. But yeah,
Well,
There
the
you go.
design team may do one thing, the internet is going to do a whole other.
That is
Yeah.
so true.
and now you know this is what we've got. And I think for the furry community, I think Rivet will be considered a treat. Because they have the material to draw of her. And anyway,
Can't wait to see that.
oh, it's findable if you know where to look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, now the next thing is something that's just become more recurring because now we need to talk about Disney again. And how they're now just completely broken.
Lovely. Disney
Yeah.
execs cops to advancing gay agenda by adding queerness to shows. Okay.
So we're talking about a Christian organization that technically supported the Nazis, and gay people are LGBTQM plus community is basically just decided to ram themselves into. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, this all stemmed because Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the "Don't Say Gay" law, and Disney has just been completely broken ever since. It's why they basically reinstated that gay kiss in the Lightyear movie. It's basically why they've added that kept this Hawthorne, this queer space cadet that will be featuring in the Toy Story spin-off Lightyear. Kept that kiss.
Oh, wait, okay.
And so on. And now with this meeting, it's now found that certain people, like people inside Disney, have chosen to add, elements of gayness wherever they can, like wherever I could add queerness. No one would stop me. Nobody was trying to stop me. And
Oh my
so,
god, it's J.K. Rowling.
Oh
I-
no, not her. Oh god.
Fucking hell, it needs to be gay.
Wait, wasn't okay? I have a question. Wasn't J.K. Rowling the one that said some quote unquote transphobic shit on Twitter one
Correct.
time?
Oh well, what a shame.
yeah, and then now the whole mob came in to,
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if she said some transphobic shit. Like, from looking back at the shit that she used to say on Twitter, it wasn't really transphobic because she says that she supports trans people. It's just she doesn't always agree with them, which I can understand.
right. And
You
then
know what's
now
fascinating?
go on.
It seems that Disney's more focused on following what Twitter says versus what used to be more successful, which is come up with a good story idea, produce a good story idea, and then make a shit ton of money. But now it's more, let's listen to what the community says, let's produce what the community says, and then let's make, like, piss everyone off.
Seems like
See,
they're like, yeah.
this is the reason why Apple makes money, and a lot of people forget about this. It's because Apple makes something that they tell you that you are going to like, and not what people tell them to make. That's the reason why Apple makes money. And unfortunately, Disney's gone from that idea of thinking up about great stories, and instead, oh, this is how everyone's feeling these days, let's make that. Ugh. It's like, go back to copying fairy tales, for crying out loud.
Yeah, fairy tales back then, they used to talk about some wild stuff, and so Disney, of course, reamped it, and then they added their little sprinkles on it, give them like happy endings. But yeah, fairy tales back then, they did not play. I mean, if they wanted a message out there, they would tell you about it. They would give you that message. But nowadays, I guess like the message is just softened for people to hear, which I think that's just a bad thing about society nowadays, and how everyone's too soft at this point. And sucks. It really sucks to see that, because
It's more Disney thinking that they can sell money to what they consider the right community.
yeah, that's, I don't even know what to say on that. It's just that's dumb in my opinion. It's just
Yeah, I think, but yeah, just to give it a bit of context, that bill was actually against teaching. Well, actually, teaching gay things in schools. I should say, teaching sexuality and sexual stuff in schools, and then Disney just took umbrage over it, like misconstrued it, and then they
Yeah,
just
but I
and they
don't know
did this
why.
all out of
'Cause
spite.
I completely agree with it. Keep the fucking sexuality and your offended fucking bullshit out of the schools. Kids do
Exactly.
not need to know or give a shit. teach them how to fucking live simple stuff that they need to know in life before they bother with all the fucking sexuality bullshit. That can come later on when they're more mature and ready to learn about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Stuff, yeah.
that's true.
Young kids at that age do not need to know who takes it up the butt or what. They need to know how to fucking count from 1 to fucking 10. Do the simplest fucking shite. Stop
Start
it.
here. Between
it's
about
like
2010, 2015, in England, they were discovering that, exposing children to pornographic material at an early age is a bad idea.
Mm.
Since around that time and before, if someone had to do research on, say, biology, the internet was pushed forward as a resource to look versus the library. And at
Yep.
the time, pornographic websites weren't filtered out. So unfortunately, you'd have cases which I committed this to memory for some stupid reason.
Did you love watching porn?
No. a a child psychologist had a recurring story where some girl would agree to have sex with somebody. These are, mind you, high school and sort of college students, but not realizing that the other partner wanted to try something a little bit more dangerous, like what's it called, autoerotic asphyxiation. You choke the other person.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the choke
Yeah.
kill.
yeah,
And I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, this has been bad for over a decade now, and yet for some reason exposing this kind of information to children is still considered to be a good idea.
yeah.
I can't understand that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fucked up.
Can I would like to I would like to say my opinion about that. Like, yeah, I agree with y'all. Like in my opinion, I think children shouldn't be taught that. Like in like whenever, especially whenever they're young and stuff. In my opinion, I believe that they should be. I believe it should be like a high school after school program for them, like an LGBT after school program during high school. But I don't think it should be taught to them whenever they're young
I
and stuff.
think, well, more like sex ed should be taught to them at a, when they become more mature.
Exactly.
LGBT stuff, well,
Yeah.
I have my
Still have the
reservations.
lessons in school so they understand it properly and how to do it safely, but don't have it so young. Like,
Yeah, I understand. I like
yeah,
like I think it should be like something LGBT related. I think it should be in an after school program for high schoolers, but not for young children. God no.
exactly, yeah. Because when kids are that young, they're so impressionable. Anything you show them, they're going to think that's how they have to be. And that's what they're going to latch onto and follow. So
I'm
just show
sorry.
them how to be a basic human.
I honestly can't wait until you get people so stupid to think that they can take two male dogs and get puppies.
It wouldn't surprise me at this fucking point.
People are weird. People are
Mm.
stupid. But to move on to the crux of the point, though, I think what we should be looking at is like I guess what future publications Disney's going to come up with if they're going to go down this, if they're going to go overtly down this path to stick it against Florida, stick the finger against Florida.
The gayest remake for Robin Hood you've ever seen.
Oh no,
I am so
not
gl-
Robin Hood.
He runs around with a tiny little bow, massive fucking arrow, and nothing but a gimp suit.
Well, if
God,
you want it to be
no.
historically accurate, you just give him a pantsless tunic. But it would also be done in live action.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'll be Robin Hood now with arseless slacks.
What the fuck?
Stop making me think of that rainbow dildo butt monkey.
Oh fucking hell! Let's
But
see where
the
all this
next
shit
thing
goes.
also is that Disney has hosts to other things. You know, they have Marvel. They have other stuff too. So
Penis shaped
you know,
arrows.
your favorite superhero movie might be in the firing line too.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
come on.
they're just gonna take hold of Marvel and make every fucking character gay.
They did that with Batman with Robin.
Well, that's DC.
Well,
I
DC.
honestly can't wait to see crossovers between Star Wars and the Marvel universe.
Oh god, I really hope that never fucking happens.
Starting
Man.
they're owned by the same company.
I know,
You
but
better
I
not,
mean,
honestly.
look at the fucking latest trilogy. They need to just burn Star Wars down now. Fucking latest trilogy was appalling.
That ended Star Wars, in my opinion. But nonetheless, I honestly can't wait to see Disney start including full-on sex scenes in their like mainstream movies.
I can because it's gonna be nothing but gay by the looks of it from now on.
Give it like 5 more years of this, and they'll basically start producing R-rated like Disney full-on movies. Which is gonna be,
Well, yeah, because they
Oh,
own
that's
Fox
gonna
now,
be
so they
awful.
own Deadpool. Well, they're going to have to make a third Deadpool because it's that popular and that highly anticipated. But they can't do that any less than R-rated. So as soon as they start releasing Deadpool R-rated, everyone's going to latch on to the fact, look, Disney can do R-rated. Let's get more.
Here's a good life comment too. Quartz Resonance brought up. Thanks for tuning in. The gayification of Marvel characters also means destroying their base personality, which is horrific.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to say this, but I was watching Star Trek Picard before the show, and since they're traveled back in time, the two characters who go to rescue one character stop a bus, take out the guards, and then set all well, I'm just going to use the term here, Mexicans free, where those individuals should have gone to a place and get processed and then sent back to Mexico. Instead, they're just set free, which would screw with the timeline something horribly. I've noticed with a lot of time travel shows these days, that's what they're doing. Instead of trying to preserve things, preserve the timeline, it's, no, let's just literally bitch slap everything into insanity.
Mm.
Like a certain actor we know.
Oh god, I'm still looking.
I
for
had
the
to go
meme.
there.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good. Now, well, at least the memes are funny though. The slapping motion has been put into everything from Pokeballs.
They were
and-
they were funny like for a little bit, but it got old fast.
I just like the creativity. Everybody was coming up. I thought it was hilarious, in my opinion.
Oh well, but I guess this puts the era that this is the end of the friggin' the end of an era for the Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they're just gonna be this friggin' a cesspit of depravity and slaps and all that shit. Nothing of value will be lost or gained. There's no
Yeah.
significance about it.
It just is
The
what it
Hollywood
is.
thingamabob.
Thing that happened. Let's move on.
Yeah, but that is a thing that happened, and it's the internet. Something that the internet will just continue to laugh at because internet. Anyway, I believe that's all the time we've got for this week. Ooh, what a week!
Mm.
I mean, understandably a little slow, but what do you guys think about all this stuff that's happened this week? And who'd like to start with a closing statement?
I'll do it. Sony, think up better nameology. Is that the correct term, nameology?
I guess that works. Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
get it.
but-
You want to try, alliteration with PlayStation Plus Premium, blah blah. But
PlayStation
Yes,
Platinum, like what they used to call their games, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they literally had a whole series of platinum games. Part of their whole achievement trophy structure is you get everything to build up to the highest platinum trophy.
exactly.
How about
The
turn around and sell like a PlayStation Ultra or Ultimate, where you basically take every single thing that's available, including the new games, and you allow someone to access it. and just charge them like $150 or $200 a month. I mean, shit.
Oh well, but at least it's all bad business decisions. Well, I just that.
And Disney, stop doing E621 on your damn movies. I mean, yeesh.
Yeah, if Disney keeps going further down this line, then I dread to see what the next Robin Hood's gonna fucking be.
Allie, how about you?
I really don't have any closing statements. Y'all pretty much have guessed like what my opinions are on on all the articles that we just went through today. But yeah, I don't have any closing statements.
Thanks. H, how about you?
Honestly, I'm not really surprised what's going on in the world at this point. Everything's just going to shit, in my opinion, and nothing changing. So, like, I'm just trying to enjoy my life before everything goes to shit at this point. And I think everybody should go outside and, just
Touch grass.
yeah, touch grass.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's just that's all it's it. Just watch ourselves. That's just it.
Simple things in life.
Yep.
And Styfior.
Well, Joel, at least you're looking cake this week.
Oh my goodness! If I were a cake, what cake would I be?
A
Can
purple
you even
cake?
get purple
It's
frosting?
got to be a purple cake covered in blue candy, doesn't it, Joel?
At Styfiot, don't forget about the gold.
Oh,
Oh, I think I could imagine. I don't know. If I was playing with flavors, I'd end up being I'd end up being a grape cake or even a plum cake.
Oh, good thing
Is
I
that
don't
even a thing?
like
a
that.
grape cake?
It
That'd
can
be
be.
interesting. Hey, that'd be
Can
interesting to try
somebody's
it. I'm not
creative
gonna lie.
enough to try one.
I'll be the first one to try it. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's just about let's see where everything takes us, and I think I really do hope that the devs turn Rivet the complete opposite to how she wants Rivet to be, because she's squealing that much on Twitter about it. It would just be hilarious for them to turn around and say, "Well, we've just done it different."
We made her
Well,
more
I think,
mature.
if
I don't know.
if you
That's
really
it.
did want to break it down, just send the furries after her. Enough
Yeah.
said. Send the furries to post art
Let's
of
just-
Rivet.
every time she tweets, just tweet back at her.
How about this?
Lumbex kitties.
How about
Why
them?
not make that character? Why not make that character like G.I. Jane?
Mm-hmm. All right, and well, here we are, end of another episode. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did with the making of it and with the screw ups and everything. I assure you, as we always do, this is 100% always live and unscripted, and this is why I screw up sometimes to sometimes catastrophic results.
But that's
matter.
the fun we have.
Good to
For
let your hair
life.
down sometimes. And yeah, as always, you can always find our episodes on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more further down the line. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
See ya.
bye, y'all.
All right. Deuces, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Joel?